نرجع ناخد الأسئلة من بعد السبيتش اللي هلأ رح ناخده. واليوم رح نعمل شوية منافسة Lebanese versus Finnish Youth Empowerment مع باتريسيا أونغيستو من ألتو University. The floor is yours.
Dear young people in the audience and dear supporters of the young people here in Lebanon, and dear members and president of Rethinking Lebanon, thank you for allowing me to be here and share thoughts with you and be empowered together. I have a passion for Lebanon, and this kind of events, this kind of ideas is exactly what keeps up that passion. So passion for living is the right term to describe. I hope you heard that I have a passion for Lebanon, because that brings me here. And let's see, what are the differences? What are things that Lebanese youth have and Finnish people don't have? What are the things that Finnish youth have and Lebanese don't? Well, this is from a perspective of me coming from Finland. So if you would be observing, you might be observing some other factors. But let's see, we have snow, you have snow. And we have water. They say 10,000 lakes, but actually it's 200,000. And the sea. And you have water, the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. You have traffic, we don't. But traffic gives you flexibility. Trust in yourself. When the roads are free, you become impatient if somebody's in your way. And that's sometimes not very helpful and not flexible. And so there is something good I learned about driving in Lebanon. And do you prefer that I stand here?
Yeah, please.
Okay. That's true, that's true. I was always very, very impressed by how loud my female colleagues, when I was teaching at Middle East University or when I visited schools, how loud my female colleagues could speak, which I couldn't. And that's part of the, maybe our identity. We have peace, we have space. You have maybe an intense living together, which we don't. But you have space and a wonderful view from above when you go up to the mountain. So that's from nature. You can get a lot of inspiration, which is, many think, the reason why Finnish people are so innovative and creative. They get inspiration when they feel inspired by nature. You have good food. We have less good food, but we have a great, innovative spirit and ability to adapt and adopt other people's food. So there are Lebanese restaurants also in Helsinki, and Finns eat every food. And what I would say, you have grandeur, you have a sense of what is big, we have simplicity. And that's what is exciting, because by combining the two, we can empower each other, because we can both learn and we can both rethink things when we are presented with an opposite. Now, did you notice, by the way, how Finnish the president of Rethinking Lebanon is? He has given 10 minutes to every speaker. No matter if you come 3,000 kilometers away, or if you are a young person working here in Beirut, you have 10 minutes. That is very Finnish, equality, and it's very good. And he has also eliminated PowerPoint. Now, how can an academic speak without a PowerPoint? But the young people did very well. So I'll try to follow their example. And of course, I won't be able to tell everything that I would love to tell you, but you can ask me later. And one thing I've already said, that's equality. So, and what I'm going to tell you is a lot about how structured our society is. So it's more what surrounds the young people and their doing, and how that facilitates them and empowers them. I would like to do a small survey. It's very easy. You can help me just by raising your hand. Just about empowerment. We have young and less young people here, or young-minded people. So what do you think? Is empowerment something a group needs to deserve? If you think this is true, lift your hand. Yes, is empowerment something a group, like the young people, or another group, do they need to deserve it? Not so many. So some people think they have to deserve it, but I think a lot of young people there are wondering, deserve it? Okay. And does empowerment of a group mean that another group will get less power? How many agree on that? Not a game. It's not a zero-sum game. That's a very good answer, and a very, very difficult one to implement. And that is the equality I was talking about, and that is what the Finnish society has been trying to build up and empower different groups, and the youth is a group. And facilitating, empowering is something that we've been thinking a lot about as a society, and especially in the education system of which I've been part of. And facilitating and empowering means giving tools, not solving and calling it game over. You are in process of empowering yourself and empowering the other ones around you constantly. Now, a typical discussion in a class when I was teaching in Middle East University would have been, Professor, can you please tell us exactly what we need to do? And I would tell them, well, it is you who should look at the case and decide what way to go about it, and tell me what came out, why you chose that, and what you learned. Yes, but tell us exactly so we can do what you want us to do. Well, you got the tools. It's something you will perform. Yes, but how can we learn if you don't tell us what is right? Well, you will learn by doing it. Even if you do it less right, you will still learn an immense amount of self-confidence, self-initiative, self-empowerment. Now, this is what the Finnish educational system is very much about. It's not about developing the mind to become a good storage of information and a good machinery to reproduce selected right information. Think of an ice hockey player, 2 minutes. They would never be able to win a game. The Finnish ice hockey players are famous if they would always look for the right way to make a goal. They have to innovate in the game. Now, what do Lebanese have that is something that should top the ranking of the world? Like, for the moment, the Scandinavian countries and even Finland are topping the ranking of the happiness index. Well, the Lebanese are the best hosts. The Lebanese are the best at making you feel at ease, at making you feel that you deserve what they have, and they share it with you. So our message from a Finnish perspective would be facilitate your young people to work together, to treat each other as guests, as they would deserve to be empowered. And it is about changing a state of mind. I mentioned equality, that's one of them. Trust. Companies in Finland do pay tax because they trust that education, which is free to everyone, will give them the same possibilities. There are many difficult ways to look at this, but I think that when we will all be under the long-term problem of dealing with artificial intelligence, losing our jobs, and trying to cope, it's a mindset that will be crucial, not so much the knowledge and intellectual power. And I don't need to come here to tell you this. The speaker who is right there already told you that, a young person who really already knows that. Now, on September 19, I would like to invite any of you to Finland. There is a project where high school students are in charge. They have made a proposal to companies and to the Finnish Ministry of Education to change the curriculum, and they will be involved. They will be equally involved in creating and guiding the curriculum as the companies, the professors, and officials from the government. And it's a very, very innovative project. I think it's exactly what empowers the young people when they already can be involved in creating the knowledge that they need together with practical work at companies. It is a work-oriented project, not a classroom-oriented project. So how many times have I heard? Yes. I have heard many times while being here, oh, you know, this is Lebanon. What shall we do? Well, when I'm here, I know you know what to do. And I'm willing to be sharing this path. I'm empowered by you, and I will be very pleased to do whatever I can in future projects with Rethinking Lebanon to rethink and open your mind. And to open your mind, you always need to change perspective. This is a bag from one of our universities. It's hard to read, isn't it? To open your mind is sometimes not easy. But when you really try, when you really put your head around it, and you change perspective, then you have opened your mind. And I'm so glad that this initiative is here to open not just the young people's minds, but all the Lebanese minds to work together towards the future. Thank you. Are we having questions now? Yes.
Sorry, Ranim, بالإذن منك. Before continuing, I just want to thank in person Dr. Patricia Hongisto, previous Dean of Middle East University Business School, for coming all the way from Finland just to participate in this conference to empower Lebanese youth, because already in Finland, kids are already empowered, okay, and they're doing very fine. Dr. Patricia is member of the International Advisory Board of Rethinking Lebanon, and we rely on her to empower Lebanese youth and to have a certain exchange program between Rethinking Lebanon here and Finnish youth organizations in Finland. So there will be, in the very near future, exchange program. We're going to go to Finland, we're going to take Lebanese youth to Finland, and Finnish youth are going to come to Lebanon. Thank you, Dr. Patricia.